we are live. Ooh, big stretch. Water. There it is. The notification? I do still send out the notification. Good. Publish. There we go. Howdy, Pearl. Howdy, Axel. Welcome, welcome. Good. Dude, good to see you. We got a little bit of a doozy today. We've got a bit of a doozy today. I can tell you that much. We're brushing up against one of my core weaknesses as a designer. So we'll have to see how this goes. The fact that I am very sleepy has nothing to do with my core weaknesses as a designer. That's just because I woke up 30 minutes ago. Get on in there. Also, let me move this just a bit closer to myself. There we go. How's everyone doing this morning? Hello, hello. Howdy, Arrow. Oh, that does remind me. I should probably take my medicine real quick. Even though it was not intentional. There we go. Okay, so here's what we're currently dealing with. All right. Let me get back up on top of the mountain and I'll show you. Just so you're aware, we're down here because there is limestone there, and that's specifically the limestone that we need. Whoops. Okay, I'm fine. Don't worry about it. Where's my inhaler? Alright. About to start a long but hopefully quiet day at work. Fingers crossed for you. Alright, we gotta get all the way back up here. I really should start setting up power lines or something. But if all goes well, I won't need power lines. I'm going to have to brush up against two things that I struggle with in this game in order to get this project complete. Which are kind of the same thing, but they fold into each other as the same problem in a lot of ways. Let me get all the way back up here to show you. Things have changed a little. Just a teensy bit. We now have walkways integrated as part of the pipeline. And the sulfur pipeline now actually connects to machines. Okay, this guy's been here for like 3 sessions. I just need to get rid of him. Alright. Anyway.
This species now joins the lengthy list of creatures that have suffered at the hands of humans. Congratulations.
What do you mean now joins? It's been there for a while. Alright, so, pipeline is walkable. It has scaffolds. We can't hear Ada at all. Awesome. Hold on 1 second. Options, audio. Right, I turned this down to like 10%. Let's set that to 75. Confirm. Morning, Lemonade. Alright. I got a little bit obsessed with catwalks and catwalk supports, as you may be able to tell by all the catwalks, which are supported from underneath. I really like this design trend. Got this underneath. Big fan. Don't worry about the radiation. We have 1 million iodine filters now. This is the current problem. But for now, we'll ignore the stuff that is there, which is this cool walkway that's going to go up and let us take a look at our machines. In a very fun way. Even though we will get irradiated by doing so, but it's whatever. This is eventually gonna... Let me show you what's going on here. So we have our sulfur from last session. We'll start over here. We have our sulfur from the last time we were here. It is now completely finished. The big old pipeline is complete. Feature complete. This building is done. It looks decent. I'm relatively happy with it. One moment, please. I'm relatively happy with it. There's a little bit of clipping, but it's artistic clipping. We got the sulfur coming from over there to over here. You have a favorite real-world nuclear reactor? Breen, I don't think I've actually seen a real-world nuclear reactor. Anyway, it's got supports from underneath. This building is all right. I have no problems with it. Everything goes in. It's cleanly connected where you can't see. And it's making 480 sulfuric acid. I've changed all the pipeline supports, except this one, apparently, to be unpainted. And I like how that looks. Let me get back up on the pipeline. Either way, that part is completely done. And I'm very happy with how it looks, personally. Let me swap back to my package tool. I really like the catwalk here. I feel like it fits quite nicely. The only part I'm not satisfied with is over here. But we'll get to that in a second, actually, because the part that I do like is how all of these inputs and outputs weave together. Real quick, I'm going to show you essentially the thing I'm doing here, now that nudging exists, is I'm putting these metal pillars on the lifts so they look like they're kind of submerged, like they have a tube in them. How did I put it there? Like that. Okay. How can I do in between? No, you want to put it there. Okay. Right. Yep. All right. Like that. All right. Either way, I'm putting these metal pillars in between the conveyor lifts so that you can't actually see the items whenever they're underwater. So it looks like it has a little tube that it travels through. Streamer, you're being irradiated. Get used to it. It will happen for the rest of stream. That's not right. There we go. That one's already in place. One comes over here. No? think if I put it... There we go. Streamer nuclear power plants aren't built underwater. They just have big pool that they put radioactive material in. What, do you think I care about the environment? I'm just doing this because it looks cool. Hexshan, that's right, Hexshan is missing her hat. One moment, please. We have irradiated this slightly. That's the operant word there. Slightly. It may perhaps recover at a later date when all civilization has withered to dust. You know? That goes there. 2 more. Vertical nudging is a gift from on high. I must say. There we go. Okay. So obviously uranium comes from over there. Comes in here. Sulfur comes from our pipeline, goes down and in. We have a valve here. Is there a way for me to disable specifically the radiation tick noise? Because I'm just going to be experiencing that for a while. Audio. Sound effects. Weapons volume. Player Foley? No. Vehicle. Ambient. Creatures. Consumables. That's annoying. I wonder which one that's in. I guess we'll find out. Hold on. Is it creatures? It's not creatures. Okay, here's what we gotta do then. We just go through here, and then we play around with it until it turns off. Okay, so obviously turning the effects completely off works. Okay. Not consumables. Not factory. Player Foley. Really? Huh. Okay. That's fine. Howdy, C8. That's a price I'm willing to pay, I suppose. Anyway. We have our sulfur. Sulfur comes down here. I'm really happy with how that turns and goes down into the water. I think it looks really cool. And then we have this valve here, which is limited to a flow rate of 120. And the reason why that's limited to a flow rate of 120 is that to power all of these machines, we need a combined total of 160. I didn't mark the tripping hazard just yet. Just know that I'm very proud of this intersection. I think this looks really neat. I like this a lot. It makes me happy to look at it and know it exists. Anyway, all these machines total require 160 sulfuric acid to operate. However, each of them produces a residual 10 sulfuric acid. And we need to find a place for that to go. So all we're doing here is taking that sulfuric acid and feeding it back into the loop that powers the machines, right? So between here and there is a closed system from which water, or sulfuric acid in this case, does not flow out. It only flows in. And inside of that loop, it can have 120 from this side and the maximum from this side. All this valve does is make this a one-way system. Liquids cannot flow back through a valve, so this stops any potential backflow that could result from the sulfuric acid in the machines flowing backwards if these pipes are considered full. Essentially, this is kind of powering itself once everything is spun up. Here's my big problem right now. I don't know how to design buildings. I don't know how to design buildings. Wrong one. There we go. I don't understand interior design. But I do know that I don't like any of this shit that's going on here. Well, I like some of it. But pretty much from, like, there backwards, it sucks. We're gonna get really irradiated for a second. Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna take it, and I'm gonna set it right there. That's annoying. Hold on. No, not right there. Right there. That's fine. Anyway. Whatever is going on here, I hate it. So we're getting rid of it. I do not understand how to design aesthetically pleasing interiors. Exteriors, I can sort of muddle my way through the steps and figure out something decent looking most of the time. But especially on a building like this, where I don't really know what's going to be going inside of it, I'm at a bit of an impasse. So I need to figure out how I want this to look. Do I still have some on me? Why is my radiation level still full? Do I have any uranium on me? I shouldn't. I don't think I have any radioactive material on me. Why is it draining so fast? Is it bugged? What's going on here? Let's just get rid of all the excess until we find it, I guess. It should not be draining that quickly. I'm not carrying anything that should be causing that. I'm not close enough to any radioactive sources for that to be happening. So I think it's bugged out. Give me a second. If I pick up some uranium and then drop it. Oh, that's fun. Huh. Cool. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. Load the autosave and hope that we're not permanently irradiated. Okay, good. Good. I do still need to clear out my inventory, though. I have so much useless shit sitting around in here. Give me one moment, please. Computers can go in there. Oscillators can go in there. You can go in there. Don't need that anymore. I do have functionally infinite radiation filters, yes. But actually carrying radioactive material drains them at a, frankly, ridiculous rate. That in there. Okay. There we go. That's looking a little more clean. A little more hygienic. Alright. I don't know how to design interiors. That's my current problem. I would like for this to connect like that, but I don't think that's the best way for it to connect because it doesn't look quite right. Look up brutalist interiors. You're gonna make me do homework on stream? That's fucked up. Okay, regardless of what's going on, it's probably gonna have a catwalk there. So I can at least put that there. I have these little things here that I quite like. Bunch of stairs clipped into each other to make a little inset design. I think it looks pretty neat. And I have this going on that I think looks good. Morning. See, so here's where we're at though. All right, here's a bigger problem. Bigger than my lack of interior design chops that I need to currently solve. All right. We have uranium. We have sulfur. We still need concrete. And the closest concrete node is right there. So I think you see the dilemma somewhat. Right? I think you see our problem just a little bit. Howdy, howdy. Welcome, Flora. Oh, hold on. Sorry, we're falling. So here's where I'm currently at. Okay, here's where I'm currently at in regards to solving this problem. Okay? We're just going to come to this one, because honestly, I might use this one instead. Because functionally, they're all the same. I just need to... Okay, well, maybe not impure. Damn. Please go away. There we go. Alright. So, here's what I'm thinking needs to happen. Alright? I have some concepts of a plan for desert railway blueprints. And I think, while it looks good, I'm going to have to redesign it. So let me open up a Mark II. You know what? Let's get some room to breathe. Let's get some room to breathe. I've been in the desert too long. Let's go back home. Let's check out what we're working with. Let's go to the space I specifically designed for this purpose. Man, this was a long time ago. Alright. Let's go here. Load blueprint. Transportation. Desert railway. Okay. So here's what I think I want to do with this. First and foremost, I think we're just going to cut it down to one level here. Gonna put that... Well, it's not going to be that level. Turning it down to one level, it's going to be this guy here. Alright. So... Speaking in for a bit, you get a whole ass construction site for your blueprint platform. Boulder, I've had this for like a while. Yeah. This has been here for like more than 100 hours at this point. There we go. I'm having a gag reflex from the word blueprint now. Oh, like blue. Anyway. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay. So, we've got this to work with. And the reason why I like that structure specifically is because I've got this really cool pillar. And don't... this here, hold on one second, edit. Don't even worry about it. This thing, forget it even exists. Because it never did. Goodbye. Alright. This structure, I enjoy. So let's play around in this space real quick. Put a wall there. Put a wall there. Do I want walls around the entire thing? That's the question I need to ask myself right now. Let's see how it looks. Perhaps, hold on. Let me suggest. Foundation. 1 high. I don't know why I deleted it when I can just change the material. Coated concrete. And carbon steel to match those pillars. There. That's not bad, I don't think. It might mess with the shapes I'm going for. We'll figure it out. What if I just did carbon steel on these instead? That's not bad. Even if it doesn't really match all that well. Material-wise. Concrete foundation. That was an interesting noise. I don't know why it did that. Fix-it foundation swatch. Nope, that's not the one. Concrete structure. There we go. Alright. I think we want to do double rails. I think we want to do double rails. I'm going to merge that in there a little bit. What does that look like? Does it clip at all? Oh, it clips a lot. That Z fighting's pretty bad. That's a shame. I could probably hide that with some walls, but we'll not worry about that for now. Okay. Wow, that light is extremely bright. Holy shit. Where are our rails? Not going to be able to actually put them there. Transportation, railway. Jesus, that is... God, that is damn near luminescent. Hold on. What's powering all of these? You? Turn it off for a sec. Damn. Okay. How do I... Give me a second. I need to set up a control panel for that. This is what happens. This is why I don't get anything done. Because, like, one thing happens, and there are 17 interruptions to that one single thing. Where is it? It's an organization for some reason. Organization, light control panel. I'm gonna put you there. No. I'm gonna put you on the floor above. You connect to that. You connect to that. And then we take this and we dim it like 40%. Okay, there we go. That's a reasonable amount of light to have right now, I think. Okay, rails. How wide are they? Okay. Could I do something like that on both sides and then have the rail be inset between? I could, and as a matter of fact, I will, because I quite like that. Okay, good. Off to a good start. Off to quite a good start. Think the train will clip into it that way? Let's find out. Well, hold on. Let's just do it reasonably instead. Go straight. Locomotive. No, it looks fine to me. I don't mind that. Okay. So then we want that on the other side as well. You go there, there. Go there to there. And then this part in the middle, we just raise you up one more. Okay. Nice, I think. Don't like that. Okay, well, here's the thing. The thing that's making me want to build it like this is that I saw a design here that interested me, that intrigued me. That required something like that. So I think we will take a layer off, if I can. We'll just put a cap on it. If possible. I feel like I've buried the lead here because there's a reason I'm trying to design this the way that I am. And it's because we need to build a spiral. We need to build something that can very cleanly loop around on itself to go directly or relatively vertical. Which is why we're trying to build this. What do I want that middle to look like? I'm thinking I just use a machine where it's not supposed to be and see if it looks nice. No, the train would clip directly through that, unfortunately. I don't like the change from square to round. Is there anything that's, like, rounded, like, domed? Really? That's annoying. It's very annoying. Okay, how about this? Oh, looking for... I guess not you. Foundations, looking for... Where's the small rounded... You. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we make you coated concrete. And then your material will be not carbon steel, because that doesn't quite match. Unpainted? That's essentially the same. Chrome finish. Chrome finish is about as close as we're going to be able to get. Okay. That works. All right. Now, do I want anything extra to fancy this up a bit? Do I want lights on this? Maybe? I mean, I know a power pole isn't really necessary because it's going to carry power by itself, since it is a railway, but give me a second, I'm cooking. One moment, please. Logistics. Hold on. Chrome finish on that. Okay, hold on. And then organization. Street light. Hold on. We're getting somewhere. Maybe. Possibly. We may be leaving the train station with this one. Oh, fuck you. Come on. Come on. Man. Why do you have to do that to me? Why do you have to do that to me? Specifically. Spitefully. On purpose. Okay, what if we did that instead? What if we compromised and we had them like that? There. That works. I can live with that. Okay. We're getting somewhere with that, I think. And then... there we go. Okay, I quite like that. I quite like that. Here's the question. Should these be different pillars? Frame pillars, maybe? No, I don't think frame pillars are the answer. Whatever the answer is, I don't think it's frame pillars, so we're not going to think about that. Metal pillars, then, like the rest. No, it can't be a painted beam. Painted beam isn't substantial enough. Although we could do painted beams around the exterior. Go there, there. And instead of this wall, which I do like, don't get me wrong. Architecture, painted beam. And we can paint that painted beam unpainted, which is a hell of a sentence. Go all the way around. Caps on it. I like that. That's not bad. That's not bad. I quite enjoy that. Well, now. Are you going to be difficult? No? Okay. I think that's more than serviceable, quite enjoyable, personally. So we will save that as Desert Railway, save blueprint, confirm. Now we will load blueprint Desert Railway pillar. Now this is designed to go underneath, and I don't think there's anything that needs to be changed here, apart from changing the colors of this to match. 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. There we go. Okay. Now it's got the proper support structures. Save blueprint. Confirm. Now we need to do something a little weird. Alright, we need to design a pillar that is for a spiral. So let's get rid of this. We're going to have to once again painstakingly delete everything here. Now, spirals are weird. The spirals work on increments of 1, 2, 3. Or rather, 1, 2, 3, and then on the fourth one. And then you build out half foundations is how I see people usually do it. Let's see if this works. Okay, well, this is a problem because we can't exactly do it in a blueprint maker. Slightly annoying. Slightly annoying. Here's what we'll do. We're just gonna clear the blueprint designer, and we're gonna set down our own blueprint here. Desert Railway pillar. Okay, let's try this again. One there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Spot one in. And then 1, 2, 3, and 4. Slot one in. Okay, I can work with that. Maybe. That's slightly annoying. Because where would the next one be? The next one would be 1, 2, 3. It'd be on the metal. So I need to completely redesign this to be at increments of 3 rather than increments of 4, which is fucking... Is there enough curve for it to properly loop around? Well, the way that you have to do it is you extend it out more, and then one more, and then it will have enough room. Right now, I'm just trying to see if I can do this without having to completely redesign this pillar, but it appears that that will not be the case, so... You really... Oh, God. Okay. That's fine. I can live with that. That's okay. Get rid of those. Get rid of these. Okay. So we're going to have to just work with something like this. Why not have a train at the top and a train at the bottom, then conveyor lift it up and down the elevation? Because that idea sounds like it would look extremely fucking terrible. And also, I need an excuse to build trains because a lot of things in the desert are going to operate using trains. So I need to essentially build myself a desert train tile set. For all intents and purposes. I mean... I hate this. I hate this. I can't properly, like... I need to start from the ground up. I need to start from the ground up. Because it's going to be 1, 2, 3. And then... Here's how this has to work. It needs to be 1, 2, 3, and then... No, stop. Stop doing that, please. 4. We'll just make that unpainted just to show how it works. Okay, then it would need to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It would need to be like that. Which is actually perfectly fine, if not for the fact that it requires a lot of unnecessary stone, or unnecessary concrete. Because each of these cost the same. There's no increment of 3 for some reason. So I have to decide how I want to do this. That's really the only part I'm stuck on right now. Do I I think I can overlap, but then it's gonna clip in ways that aren't satisfying to look at. Yeah. Oh my god. Why? Why? Hold on. 1 second. What if... Okay. If I use a grip metal foundation on that instead, that one juts out and it covers up all the Z fighting. That's the play. That's absolutely the play. Okay. Grip metal. So we're going to have to go back to the previous one and change it a bit. Oh, but we won't... Oh, man. Wow, that's really cool how you're like that, Blueprint Designer. I love that so much. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you. Need to start from the ground up again. Concrete foundation. We do 3, and I think 4, yeah. And then we want 1 grip metal. You're gonna go right. Well, no, because that's not how. That's not what it's gonna look like. Shit. Hold on. Sorry, my brain just did a fucking backflip. I apologize. I just got completely and utterly scrambled. Oh, man. Can't you sandwich them instead of overlapping? Do you mean, like, stack them on top of one another? Because if you do mean that, I can do that. The only problem is they need to be sandwiched and clipped for the height to be correct. This is a very specific structure that requires very specific spacing vertically, which is what's causing our current design issues. So let me... Oh boy. Okay. Here's what we're going to do, by the way. Where is it? You are now that. Vertical, we need 16 high. Okay, well the most we can do is 10, then we do 6. So here's how this has to work. It needs to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I think what we do, because of how blueprints work, is we just have it 2, 3, like that. 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, take you, 4, half nudge down, half nudge up, half nudge up, you, half nudge up. Okay. That works. That works. It looks symmetrical. I'm happy with it. Let's get it set up the whole way across. Why are you like this? Half nudge up. Why does everything have to be slightly difficult? Okay. No, that's more work. That's more work there. I've created more work for myself. That goes there. Goes there. And that goes there. Okay. Now, how tall are these big metal beams? Are they 4 high? Please just say they're 4 high. Thank God. Okay. We can just... You... motherfucker. What are you talking about? Because the structure itself is... No. If that's how that is, then we did something wrong. Right. Okay, no, right. Because this extends... one more down than we want it to, technically. Because that's supposed to be like that. Although this part, ideally, would be in the ground so you don't see it. Okay, hold on. Give me a second. Hold on. So then, if we really want that to be there, it's going to go there. One moment, please. Sorry, I had to blow my nose, like, and single minute ago. Oops. Alright. That goes there. For some reason, the main menu music is just, like, stopping and starting. Nope. You can hear that too, right? You can also hear that? Okay. Then this... Stop doing that! Stop doing that. Desert Railway. Spiral. Save blueprint. Then we clear blueprint designer. Okay. There we go. There. 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 Now. Now. It's playing. I know it's playing. I can hear it, and when I listen back to the VOD, I'm going to be pissed. Okay. Let's go to the desert. That's not going to be enough to get us to the desert. Would I intentionally gaslight you by saying I don't hear something you hear? Yes. You absolutely... What are you talking about? Absolutely. We're just going to save real quick, and we're going to restart because that is, unfortunately, kind of making me lose my mind a little bit. So give me one moment, please. The game did not crash Satisfactory. I closed it willingly, myself. Okay. Back to it. Yep. Yep. Gotta load. Yep. No, I gotcha. I understand. Satisfactory, agree and proceed. Continue. Yes, but would I lampshade that? Would I lampshade that? I'm assuming you missed an or. Would I lampshade that I would gaslight you into thinking I'm gaslighting? Listen, man. I have an English degree, you have a numbers degree. Let's all stay in our lanes and everything will go way better than it currently is, okay? So now that we have this blueprint together, theoretically, we should be able to build a decent spiral. Theoretically. Just because a sentence makes sense does not make it a good sentence. Okay. Why are you an undefined? Transportation. What is Desert Railroad Brace? No, we can... I don't know what the hell I was cooking there. One moment, please. Goodbye. Move blueprint. And then... I need to change... No, that at the top can stay like that, I suppose. Okay. What is... Really, dude? Right now? Right now? In the middle of my pre-planning? Okay. Just for the sake of figuring it out. Let's say we've got a railway here. Okay. That goes there. Good to go. Alright. Then, theoretically, I should be doing this somewhere where I already have power, so I don't have to jetpack and hover. Anyway, theoretically, we would have desert railway pillar, blueprint. We'll go right there. Boom. Done. Easy. Looks good. Nice. What the fuck is happening? Oh, right. Okay, I know what's happening. One moment, please. You go there, and then I nudge you half a step upward. There we go. Edit, add subcategory, desert railway. Apply changes, there we go. Okay, and then theoretically, the spiral would go here. I think. One moment, please. This would need to line up like that. And you would go... Hold on. There, I think? No, you go there. No, that can't be right. It would need to be like that. Yeah. Desert railway pillar. Please just connect normally. I hate you so much. Why are you like this? Oh boy. Because if that doesn't connect normally, then I think that nothing is going to connect normally, which means that all of this is going to be slightly off. Because for some reason, this doesn't connect. Why? What functional purpose in this video game does it serve for that not to connect? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I've decided I don't give a shit. Okay. That goes... It doesn't go there. That's gonna need to go... Down one more. Okay. And you line up like that. And this goes there. And then we need these. Okay. Holy shit. Now we need 1 meter foundations. Connect there, there, there. Paint them unpainted, 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 unpainted. And we also need 1 meter ramps on each of these, like that. Coated concrete, 2, 3, 4. All of it unpainted. Okay. Or do I want it to be... No, I want that to just be regular concrete. Ow. Ooh. Okay. Then we get railway. I assume it would go from here, I think. Okay. Yep, right in the middle. Or would I want this to be above? I would want it to be above. I'm in hell. I'm in hell. I'm in hell. This must be hell. We're gonna get rid of this because we're gonna do a special little trick. A surprise tool I saved for later. To actually cap it off. Howdy! Hi, I'm suffering. Welcome. Nope, you gotta spin one more. There we go. Goes there. Default blueprint. There we go. Okay. Let's... I'm sorry. Are you the reason why? Is that seemingly innocuous detail I picked up on actually a design flaw that occurred for no fucking reason? And hold, please. Hi, Haydenner. Currently, I'm experiencing one of the 7 circles of hell. If you thought that Umineko was taking a lot from Dante's Inferno, you haven't seen shit. Okay. That zooms down. That zooms down. Oh boy. Save blueprint, confirm. Load blueprint. Desert railway spiral. I'm pretty sure it would just be easier do this the other way around, but who fucking cares? Goes there. Get them all out of here. Nope. Nope. There we go. One, two, three, four. One down. Two, 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 two. Two, 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 two. Four. Favorite circle of hell? Pride, because I would absolutely never fall into. I would never fall prey to it. Listen, man, I haven't actually read Dante's Inferno. Don't try and quiz me on this. I just played Halo 3 ODST. It's basically the same thing. That's not true. I've played the game Dante's Inferno, but I wasn't paying attention because that game is fucking terrible. Fraud is one, so you'd fit right in. Alright, +2. +2. Okay. Let's try this again. The entire story is Dante's self-insert fantasy. Let's see. Thank God! Oh, thank you. Oh my God. Okay. And here's where. Don't ask why I did it like this. The answer is self-evident and as stupid as it seems. Okay. Now, theoretically. Theoretically, yes. Okay, good. Oh, man. Coated concrete. Unpainted. That goes there. 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 And this is just a quick reminder, this isn't even the real thing. This is just making sure that it works. Okay. Blueprints. No. Transport. Railway. Middle to middle. 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 To middle. Okay. Is that a clean spiral? Is that a clean spiral? We're just gonna go there. Why not? That's fine. That's cool. Railway. Middle to middle. Okay. Where's a train station I can connect this to? I don't know why I always go to blueprints anytime I'm building anything to do with trains. Train station. Trains can clip, right? Oh my god, I need to connect this to power. I am in hell. I'm in hell. Everything is terrible. Everything is cold. Where's power? Power. Biomass burner. You there. Here. Take this. There you go. Power this train station for like 10 seconds, please. Get in the train. No power. What do you mean, no power? How much power does it cost? Why? 160. How much do you produce? 30. Oh my god. Okay. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's okay. I'm so fucking normal right now. It's crazy. Everything's going super good. Okay. Take this. I am going to have to drag power over here anyway. Well, not technically, because I can just use the train line itself to carry power. But you get the idea. Hey, why aren't you spawning in? I hate you. You know that, right? You're aware of that fact. Hey, buddy, not now. I'm gonna turn you into DNA scraps later. Okay, powered. I'm gonna guess this can't clip through terrain. It can clip through terrain just fine. It's a perfectly clean upward spiral. Nice. Beautiful. Okay. Proof of concept complete, essentially. Alright, and it would just... One, two, three, four. Have you tested it with 4 cargo wagons? Nope. Because the heavier the train, the less incline it can go up. Hub, here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm just going to take a wild guess and say that cannot possibly be true. I'm going to do it. If there's an identical buildable there, why is there a gap between them? Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me see something real quick. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Reason it doesn't snap is because you saved the blueprint to be above the ground. If you made the blueprint flush on the ground, it would snap better. I also wouldn't have been able to construct the blueprint in the way that I did. Oh boy. Boy. Or would I have? Hold on. Can I cheat real quick? Give me a second. I don't care. Just put it somewhere, please. Hmm. Why does it have to be like this? Let's get rid of it. Nope, not the one. What can I do? think I like that. Do I want it to be that color? I think I might actually want that to be the fix-it yellow. I think I like that. Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Okay. Nope. Incorrect. We want it to extend up a little bit, so that whenever we place the next one on top of it, it can just intersect naturally. Okay. There. Do I like it that color? No, it's better when it matches. It's better when it matches. Okay. Alright. Save as desert railway pillar icon outer reset fix gelatin. Save blueprint overwrite yes. Okay. And then make the spiral variant. Coated concrete. Carbon steel. Okay. That goes there. There. That goes. Before I build this. Why does everything have to be a federal fucking issue in this game? Okay. Pub, while I do usually appreciate the cheeky humor, I do need to take a moment to inform you that I am genuinely having a little bit of a breakdown. Just so we're all aware what level I'm operating on, I am actually quite thrown off right now. Go. Four. Nope. You may have one more since you asked permission, yes. Please just nudge. Thank Christ. God damn. Okay. Confirm. Okay. Let's just make sure real quick. Why are you here? I'm gonna lose it. Okay. Done. There we go. Now, part 2. Good! Nice! What the fuck? Okay. Save. Yes. I swear to God, if you are in directory undefined, I'm going to do it. Okay! Now we go here. And we start building our little spiral. Because we're done with the spiral we were having metaphorically. Okay. Do. Is that on the right level? Good. Okay. Go there. There. And there. And the spiral blueprint is done. Swear to God. Spiral. Set directory. Save blueprint. Confirm. Clear blueprint designer. Holy fuck. Okay. Alright. Good. We know it works. Now let's just clean up. And then we can all get back to work. Just as soon as I also fix the base blueprint. Load blueprint. Desert Railway. Okay. Grip metal, because I need to get a fucking grip. Change this to carbon steel. Oh my gosh. Okay. Alright. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Builder. Architecture. H-beam. What are you fucking doing, dude? What are... Stop clicking on the blueprints tab. Goes up. Like... that. It's not gonna go up like that. H-beam. Nope. Incorrect. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? Why can't you nudge consistently? Please? I'm fucking begging you right now, dude. Okay. That goes up like that, and I forgot to paint them, and because they're clipping through this, I can't... Oh, man. Oh, man. Carbon steel. Carbon steel. There. There. Hi, Ruby. Hi. Okay. That goes up there. This can go back in. One high. Outer corner. Grip metal. Two, 3, 4. Oh my god. Okay. Save. Okay. Good fucking lord. Alright. Now I need to get all the way back up there so that I can figure out where I'm even going to put these train stations. Where's my turbo fuel? Right. Why does it spend so quickly? I'm not even going to think about the interior design for like 4 more sessions. I just need to get this set up, and then it can look good later. I need to make the loop and improve the loop. I need to go back to the basics when I was first learning Factorio. Make the loop, improve the loop. Right now, we are actually working on a slightly mechanically complex task. I cannot worry too much about the aesthetics of the bigger picture. Why are you here? Go away. Also you. Go away. Gone. Alright. Where do I want the train station to be? What I'm gonna do. 8. Go. Then go. 3. That goes up here. One of my big gripes with trains is not so much the setting up the railways, because I think once you get a nice blueprint in place, it's quite nice. I just think that the train stations in this game are absolutely hideous. I think this is far and away one of the ugliest, most obtrusive buildings in the entire game. This does not spark any joy. The way that it just ends here, and there's no clean way for you to really set it up. I mean, buffer stops exist now, so I can cleanly end the rail. But this right here, this sucks. This sucks to look at, and I hate everything about it. And there's nothing I have found that allows me to get rid of it, or to cover it up in a way that I find to be pleasurable or satisfactory. That's my big gripe with trains. Just gonna mine this limestone, and please don't take like 5 hours. Please just be a small limestone deposit. Give me like 40. I'm not even actually gonna take this. I just need it out of the fucking way. Thank you. We're just gonna take this whole section here. This is all just gonna be for the trains. Nine. Cross. Is there a way to test your spiral with a cargo load without having to build a whole train setup? That will not be necessary. The only things that are really going to be making use of that spiral in this area are going to be like the stuff coming up here. Everything else is going to be down in the desert. It's dealing with mostly flat land. If I need changes in elevation, I will not need the spiral to make them. Which is to say that the maximum that the spiral is going to need to accommodate, because I've designed it to be two-way, is either one train and one cargo, which I know based on videos I have seen of the design it can handle, or 3. I never played, but I do find the game interesting. This may not be the most glowing demonstration of it, because I'm a little overwhelmed with the task. But I do wholeheartedly love this game. One. Want that in the middle there. We go there. Opposite end. Are you symmetrical? Please just be symmetrical. Please don't have some weird thing where it was like half a block off. Okay, good. And then I need freight platform facing that way. Freight platform facing that way. And then I think I want an empty platform with the catwalk. Maybe I can do something with that. Integrate it with the... Yeah, I can probably connect that with a catwalk. Okay. Alright. I am going to use buffer train stops here. Stop going to the blueprints tab every time you want something from trains. That's going to go there. How do we want this to line up? Okay. Alright. And this is going to go zoop 10. Zoop 10. Where is this going to go? Takes me back to when I made a train spower using a natural rock pillar. Please send me a picture of that, because that sounds cool as hell. Concrete's there. So maybe, hold on. Where's the concrete? Limestone. You get what I'm saying. I don't know why I scanned when I have it all available on my map. It's by the radio tower there. Why does it have to be there? Why? Why can't it just be simple? Oh my god, why? Why can't it just be a simple task for once? Please. Why do I have to do so much spatial reckoning every single time? Okay, here's what we're gonna do. It's gonna go out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fifth one. Gonna be transport desert railway. There we go. Oh, how about this? It's gonna be out 3. That's gonna go do. Go. That. Okay. Railway. There. I hate you. Have I ever mentioned that? Have I ever mentioned that I despise you with every fiber of my being? Okay. So no catwalks then. Alright, so this needs to be further out. No, it doesn't need to be. Okay. There we go. I can live with that, at least for right now, as I'm trying to visualize it. That's acceptable to me. It won't be acceptable when I'm in the later drafting phases, but for now, I need to do that, or I'm going to lose my mind. Please just let me turn this at a 45-degree angle. I know you're capable of letting me do that, so please just let me do it. That's fine. If that's how I need to do it, that's how I need to do it. Simple as. Okay. Goes down. Flip directly into the fucking rocks. Already got a problem. Oh, man. Okay. We've been live for 2 hours. I'm a little overloaded. We're going to take a break. Because if I don't take a break, this is going to be worse than StarCraft 2. I'll be back in 10 minutes. Alright? Go get up. Go stretch. Get some water. Brush your teeth. All that jazz. I'm going to think quiet thoughts and drink some water. Back in 10 minutes. Alright, I'm back. I got some water. I'm good to go. We're gonna figure this out. Why are my sound effects duplicated? Alright, we're gonna figure this out just as soon as we restart the game. You know what? Fine. Fine. I guess the game crashed, Satisfactory. Feel free to restart it for me. Thank you. And thank you, J. Duffel and Hey Dinner, for the kind words. I appreciate them. Okay. Right back into it. Oh, thank you for the gift sub, Hey Dinner. Appreciate it. Alright, what we need to figure out right now, where we want this to go. Here's what I'm going to do real quick. We'll get rid of it later. Or maybe we won't build it at all, because nothing can ever be easy. I just need some way to get up here that is relatively fast. That does not require me to carefully navigate with my jetpack or anything like that. Okay. Unauthorized. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Options, gameplay. Where is it? Uncheck that. Creature hostility. Passive. Okay. So. Howdy hey, Agent J-Wall. Trying to figure out what the hell we're doing with trains right now. Or at least with a very specific setup of trains. We'll figure it out. I need a space that's actually big enough to let me work. The current problem. That's really inefficient at solving my problems. Wow, that sucks as a method for clearing space. Holy shit. That's terrible. I guess I'll do it myself. Damn. Okay. Clear this space out. Okay. How do we want to do this? Where's limestone? Right here. So my options are that limestone there, or the limestone all the way over here. Hi, Ruby. Oh, hello. I think given those two options, I'm going to go for the limestone over there. Let's get rid of these before I forget they exist. Path our way over there instead. This just gives us a much more clear opening to the desert itself. Okay. Now then. The real question becomes, how do we want to connect it up to here? That one might be annoying to delete later, oh well. I'm just giving myself enough of these that I will never have to worry about how to get up and down between these places ever again. Okay. Let's see. How do we want to do this? I think it'd be cool, personally. This went over the waterfall a little bit. Maybe a little too high. Okay. Transportation. Not the spiral. Railway itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Pillar there. Give it support. Okay, well obviously I'm going to have to move it exactly one so it lines up with that and there's symmetry. Otherwise I'm going to lose it. Let's get this raw quartz out of the way. Oh, good. Okay. Thank you for not taking 2 hours to dismantle. There's a railway pillar. Take that. Print. Copy. That lined up. Yep, okay. Good. Dismantle this one. There we go. Does that line up properly? Fucking perfect. Good. Okay. Nice. Things are coming up, Jelly. Loop it. 10. Why are you like this? Pull that over here. Loop it another 10. Nine, 10. I want to delete this one. And then extend you one more. There we go. Okay. Then Desert Railway is going to go there. Oh, thank God that connects so easily. Good. Good. Nice. Okay. I think we're going to have to raise these up a bit, which is fine by me. Okay. Let's get rid of this tree while I'm here. I love a good pillar. There's going to be some big ones here. I can guarantee you that much. That one. That can stay. So let me just make sure, before anything else, before I make sure, I need to make sure this spacing is correct. Transportation, railway. Can this connect across? Good. Okay. Do we see the vision? Do we like how it looks? I like it. Okay. So we can take this. Nope, nope. Careful, careful. Why is that, like, perfectly spaced to be too far away? So many of these that I'm going to need to dismantle later. That's fine. Desert Railway. Just like that. That's fine. Oh, there's default auto connect. I didn't know that was an option. Okay. Goes there. 10. Blueprint. I have tried the automatic railroad linking. It feels really finicky, and I don't like it, personally. Need to remember to link these as well. I can power them. Okay. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Okay. Now we want this to turn. How far across is this? 18. That. Nine is the midpoint. Scoop it out. So 11. Six. Okay, well, first and foremost, how much further up does this need to be? Oh, they don't align. That's already a problem. Okay. One, two. Is that right? Too high. Okay. So that's what we're looking for. That's how high up we want this to be. That's what we're working with. Can we find a way? Well, not can we find a way? We can just make a way. It's 11. So we want. No, it's not quite right. Not quite right. Seven. Okay, one more. Okay. Then we're gonna want one here. Wrong way. There we go. Go do that. And then we want a midpoint between them that's at a 45-degree angle. Are those right? 7. 7. Yep, they're correct. We want 1, 2. In between 3 and 4. And we're like there. Another one. Hold on. How high off the ground is that? 2. Okay. So this needs to be 2 instead. Get rid of you, get rid of you. You go there. Spantle. Desert Railway. You go there. Now let's see. Please don't tell me this is too sharp of a turn. I know it's not. Nice. Okay. And that's going to go there to there. There to there. Make sure I'm connecting power between these. Okay, yeah, they are connected. Okay, good, good, good. Get rid of all the structural support. Add our pillars underneath. Looking good. Looking good. That's a nice, clean turn. Nice. Okay. Then we'll fill in the rest of this here. We have to figure out where we want these train stations to be. What I would like is to remember how exactly we get a perfect right angle here, which I think is... That's relatively good, yeah. Has to be across 3, I'm pretty sure. Has to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Or rather, it would be 1, 2, 3, that. Would be a perfect right angle. Can we get that while still having a train station? Stop going in there when you need train stations. Okay. Get... Here, let me put it down first. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Like that. Train station. Right platform needs to be connected. So need 2. Right platform facing that way. That should be good. You can go there to there. Nice, clean turn. And do we have enough for a buffer stop? We do, if I fuck with it a little. But I really shouldn't, so we'll just have it like that, and we can figure it out later. Okay. And we just want to do the same thing on the other end. How far in? Halfway. Okay. We're going here. Halfway in. Why do I not have electricity here? None? Here. There we go. Just give me some line to work with here. That goes there. Good to go. You go there. Alright. And I think I can just get rid of a whole line here and have that be perfectly fine. Don't crash on me right now, please. Please don't crash when I'm dismantling multiple things. Okay. This is generally what's going on. I think what I want to do here... Are these symmetrical? They are symmetrical. Is have a... aesthetics power tower platform here as well. Gonna go right... there. Yeah, right there looks good. Okay. That will connect to you. Come on. Come on, man. Would have been such a clean connection. Oh, man. Okay, here's what we can do. You go to there. Go to that one. Please stop doing this to me. You go to there. Good to go. Fuck, that looks bad. That sucks. You connect to there. Okay, we're gonna do that then. There we go. Alright, because I like having this power tower platform here, and also this can connect there. So now we have lights, which also looks really nice. And also... can pretty cleanly just connect power there and there. Alright. I'm going to put a buffer stop on the end of these just so that we can test it real quick, see how it works, see how it looks, see how we're feeling. Buffer stop. Buffer stop. Get some trains on there. Well, shit, these are going to need to be two-way trains. How's that going to work? Is that going to work? That'll work. That'll be fine. That'll be fine. Make this turn. Looks good. Her ass will have to stick out of the station. That's such a nice way of phrasing it, C8. Thank you. I'm sure you understand I have no problem with that, however. Okay. Give me 1 second. Okay. For this one, you have enough space to extend it. Do have enough space to extend it, that's true. What if I did something stupid? Hear me out. Hear me out. I really want this to work because it'd be so dumb if it did. So it's going to be like that. That goes there. And then empty platform with catwalk. Okay, alright. Right. Okay, and then we get a freight platform, empty platform with catwalk. And for no reason at all, they crisscross at the end here and go to opposite stations. How do we feel about that? Perfect for inducing vehicle collisions. No. I mean, unless... I mean... Just hold on. Let me cook. It's never actually gonna go there. Alright, it's never actually gonna go that way. It's just for aesthetics. Alright. And then... Do I need a block signal or a path signal? Block signal says you can't enter unless the block is empty. The block being this. So that should work. Right? That should work. The more I think about it, it's really solid. You can turn the train around by backing them into the other station. That wasn't my intent, but that sounds really funny. Can you build some raised flooring to connect the two train stations visually? I plan on it. In fact, I'm going to connect this scaffolding up to the train stations at a certain point, yes. I'm gonna have to help you fix this later. No. No, you're not. No. No, I've decided I want this to be stupid. Don't do a goddamn thing with this. Don't help me with a single fucking thing here. I figured out how trucks worked on my own, and the result was what we got at the weapons manufacturing plant. I'm gonna do whatever the hell's... I'm gonna follow my heart and see wherever it leads me for this shit. I helped you with it? Yeah, but we were both figuring it out. Neither of us knew how trucks worked. You know how trains work. I know that I can get it to work how I want it to work. So here's what we need to do now. Now we need to do the really fun part. Which is the spiral. Which is what we came here to do in the first place. Are you trying to make 2 bi-directional lines or 2 lines going one direction each? I think that's going to be 2 bi-directional lines. But I'll figure it out. Don't worry. Listen. I got this. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry your pretty little head about anything, okay? I'm gonna figure it all out. It's gonna work. And it's gonna be awesome. And we're all gonna love it. Okay? Do you trust me? How many times have I trusted you, huh? You gotta trust me here. Would you veto a open transport tycoon redeem? I mean, it depends. How long is the game? I wouldn't mind a tycoon game. If you're not expecting me to beat it, of course. Alright, we lost power. Hold on. 1 moment, please. You connect up to there real quick, just so we have power. Alright. The sandbox that doesn't have an end? Okay, so you could just redeem a couple streams of that. I wouldn't mind. Okay, take the pillar. Do. Nice. Looking cool, Joker. Looking cool. Not really, but oh well. No, that looks nice. I like it. I've decided that I like it. Okay. So then we need to go... One, two, three, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no. There we go. That. And then 2. Okay. That goes there. Oh, well, turn it the other way first off. So. That. Okay. It should be able to make that turn, right? That should be a like, perfectly reasonable turn for that to make. Right? God, that's bright. Connects there. Give me 1 second here. Alright, I'm going to try and set this up quickly because I do, once again, have to take my brother to work. I want to see if I can at least get us to the spiral. Goes there to there. Yeah, I'll be streaming once I get back as well, for however long I'll have left until Joe goes live. Right. That goes there to there, and now the fun part starts. Now the really fun part starts. That's gonna go there. Out 10. You're gonna go here. In one. Power line. Here to here. You've got power. Dismantle it. And then gonna have to go all the way down. Still looking good. Still looking good. Now I need to space the spirals out, which I don't remember how to do. That didn't connect right, did it? Nope. All right. You see the vision, right? You see the vision. We're going to save real quick. And then I will be back in... Will I be back? If Joe isn't live by the time that I get back... or should we just call it here? Should we just call it here? Because he's probably going to be live. I think we just call it here. I think we just call it here. I'm going to call it here. I really have to go. So thank you very much for watching. Have a good one, folks. I'll see you next time. I'll see you tomorrow when we start Sifu. Have a good one, folks. See ya.